the facilitator they would probably just try to kind of keep it clear. So are you saying you will be able to send it, but not until you get this thing back? And then might check back with you, Ruth, and that might resolve it. You might be like, oh, okay, cool. Right. Now that I have that information, right, that's all I needed. This is where it's difficult to kind of just make objective claims outside of a real scenario, because it comes
Right,
down to,
right.
I don't know, would that solve it? But let's say it doesn't. And then say, no, I really need that by this Friday or something, right? I might go back to like, well, right, but I've got this tension. I can't really, well, it's like, well, could you, knowing that, could you still send that version of the document? Now, Ruth, it's missing these pieces. Would that still resolve it? Again, you might be like, yes, or you might be no. So the key is kind of like, does the agenda item owner, this is why keeping these things grounded in an attention by attention or agenda item owner is so key, because the facilitator doesn't need to know or figure out whether or not this is one agenda item or two. You and I, or an analyst, a third party, right? Like you're saying, in these scenarios in a tactical, right? Just objectively, how does that get worked out, right? Like we're trying to figure out a heuristic or a rule of thumb or some way to know. Well, the way you know is you ask the agenda item owner, is this still part of your attention?
Oh.
Because they're in charge. It's their attention.